Okay, good, because new credit is the new sexy.
Okay, let's throw it out.
Hey, let's pick a fight at the beginning.
Okay, all right.
Like new credit, I mean, good credit is the new sexy. Like, I mean, I love Lois, right? But if we would ever leave, I mean, good credit is the new sexy. I mean, think about it. Think about it. I mean, a person can have all the features and all of this, but part of a marriage relationship, going somewhere in transition, doing something amazing. You got these two people who make different decisions financially.
Yes, that is important.
And you got these people who make different decisions financially, but now maritally, now they have to take, has to take the other person's last name if that's their deal. And man, this money thing hits so many areas, man. I know I'm crazy. You saying, good credit is the new sexy, but don't you want to marry somebody? Don't you want to be in covenant with someone that took care of business?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I know you don't want to marry a project, do you? You want to marry somebody you got to put together like a Tonka truck or a Lego set, right? I mean, like
you said it well in your last sermon, a little different context, but we need to align, right? I've heard couples say, well, we're going to get married, Keisha, or somebody in the church who you might have been counseling, and they want to keep financial accounts separate. Now, I may get in trouble here, but I'm going to go ahead and be the beautiful sheep in the family.
Okay.
Woo! And I'm going to be in trouble now, and I'm going to say...
You out there now?
Oh, I'm out there now.
Yeah, you out there now?
The white chocolate in trouble. It's melting. It's melting. You need to keep your finances together.
Yeah.
Why do I say that? I don't have 5 debit cards and 2 hidden credit cards Mama don't know about.
Yeah.
I've got 1 credit card to book flights. We use it like a debit card and pay it off. Where I'm going with accounts together, do you not trust one another to align in marriage and have a covenant and be marriage? And then I got my own money and you got your own money because I had a different last name, but now we're married. But I'm going to go ahead
now that Lois will stay out of Ross. So we can move to that area in our life and marriage. I just need her to stop cheating on me with Ross.
Quick.
Ross shopping
His name is Ross.
His name is Ross.
His name is Ross. Stop it.
Not Mr. Jordan Ross.
Ooh, he been good to me.
We're talking about serious stuff.
He my sugar daddy. Okay, so quit it, Ross. Listen, here's a big leadership concept, right? From even I think the Serenity Prayer. You go through AA. Listen, control what you can. You hear those words? That's powerful, right? Discipline is freedom again from part 1. Part 2, control what you can. Listen, we choose. Do I have to have the MK bag? Really? And the Coach bag?
Ooh, and the belt.
And the belt. And this and that. Lord have mercy.
Listen.
My wife doesn't have any of those. And it's okay, right? Now listen, when you align...
Y'all got a pool, though.
Okay, stop.
You got a pretty pool.
Stop.
I mean, like, you got a nice pool. Okay,
go ahead. All right. I'll talk to you more about that investing. Okay. You let the coins pay for that. Yeah, okay. All right. I got you.
Yes,
okay. So back, boy, lost my crowd.
Yeah.
Woo, he got me on that one. Control what you can.
Control what you can.
Woo, we choose.
We choose.
Now, when we take that credit card or whatever we're doing, we choose, because we heard this in the class when we taught the class. People say, oh, Lord, help me, because I go out and swipe. You see, the pain of a swipe is nothing. But when I take cash out of my wallet and I got to pay Mr. Ross, ooh, that hurts. I don't want to let go of my cash, green dollars, because it's a little more invested and emotional. Whereas if I don't see it, grab 10 bags. I got 8 bags in each hand. I'm in the outlet mall in Orlando. Ooh, it feels good. We going out to eat and I got 6 bags in each arm. Yeah, well, you walked out with $400 in debt, my friend. Wow, there's a pool payment. You talk about having a pool. Yeah, okay. So it all depends on, we choose, don't we? Control what you can. It's a real big deal with money and management and stewardship. But we want to talk more about investments, right?
Yeah, so we stay on it. We talked about, the church part and attend to God and attend to myself and a budget and saving. And I'm running through it, but I'm really not running through it because I think investing is major too. Investing is huge. And a lot of time as believers, whatever, like we just let it sit there. When that money is supposed to be doing something, right? So I'm a firm believer that you have like uninformed, you have uncommitted, and then you have committed people. And sometimes people are committed, but they're just not informed.
Okay.
and inform us a little bit. Like put it where we can find it.
Okay, yeah, right.
On the investing part.
Okay, and here's something we've got to say before we get to the investments. There's two things. One, we have to talk about briefly, though, debt elimination. God surely, right as the word tells us, we don't want to have any other debt but to love one another. That's right. Now, do we still have a mortgage? Yes. Or do we have rent? I get it. Okay. We have a roof over our head, but besides the mortgage payment, that's where you want to get to. So I'm not buying a new car every 2 years. First of all, it's a depreciating asset. Bad idea. You're putting out $600-700 a month for a new truck. Not a good idea because you're not in that investment. You're not multiplying value there. Okay. Debt elimination. Just to say this: start with the highest credit card, pay it off, pay them off, pay them off.
Is that called snowballing or something?
Snowball the debt. Absolutely. Take care of that. That is a huge deal. Take care of your debt. Huge. You've got to do that. That's one of the first steps. Now, in investing, I think what you've got to do is, I'll talk to different people. They're at different stages of life, right? We are. So I talked to a young man on the praise team. Look, you're at this location and place in life. There's a few people I've talked to. They live at home with their parents right now. Listen, if you're at home, so you can hear this, guys, living at home with your parents, save as much money as possible.
Enjoy it as long as you can.
Enjoy it as long as you can. And
grown-up life coming.
It's coming soon. So you can begin to save that money to buy a house, right? That's one of your first, Rich Dad would disagree a little bit. And for some people, it could be a liability, but if you buy right, it can be an asset. Okay, it can be long-term, a home. Why? Because you're not renting. At least you'll have some equity, right? You're building equity when you purchase a house. I think the biggest thing with investments is you want to start small. Damon John says it well. He says start and have small, affordable steps. Look, I'm not talking about, we mentioned this earlier in part one, $200 a month or $500 a month if you have that much free income, disposable income. Look, it could be $100 a month. You've already given to God. You feel good about it. You've come to church. You planned and you were periodic and you tithe. Look, I've got $100. Well, don't just let it sit there. Let's invest it. Let's multiply it. I will say this to preface investments before we go a little further. You do want to try to get to a place in your cash holdings that you have 3 to 6 months.
Yeah, savings.
Okay, of
Emergency
savings.
funds.
Emergency
whatever.
funds. You want that first $1,000.
Water heater, motor,
Absolutely.
engine,
Yeah, and then you have 3 to 6 months. So, hey, I pay out $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month, and bills. Well, you're going to want a good 15 to 25 in cash.
And you know what's so amazing about this is, I'm glad we're talking about this because I come from hide the money up under the bed. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Put the money in savings.
Put it
over
in
the dresser. But really, it's not doing anything there.
It's not working for you.
And this is not to go against anything you're saying because I believe we need 3 months.
Right.
At least 3 months.
Yeah, would
right?
be a good minimum, right?
To not have to struggle. Because
Yes.
it's not that surprises or stuff's not going to break. It's that how I maneuver and can I handle it when it happens that can mess up my whole year. I've lived like that before.
Oof,
so I think I wanted to bring this part up too, and I know we're talking investing, and let's stay on that in that vein and on that groove. But God has also given me wisdom with certain insurances and policies and various things. And I'm not just talking about for when I die. I'm talking about when my truck breaks.
Yeah.
Like it was something extra I could have paid for every month, right? That the engine went out and I paid $250 for the engine, not the $4,500 that it cost, right?
There you go.
I think there's other opportunities out there that are a part of that circle of saving. But we're talking about investing, but we do need a nest egg, is that what they would call it? You do need something to work with.
Yes, you do.
I can't put something away if I don't have, I can't invest something if I don't have something put away, right?
Right, and another great example for all of us, if you've got a home, is, and I'm facing this now, I don't want to let go of the money. I'm supporting Brother Chris now on the mowing. I broke down. I broke down. But he's a church member. So
it's kind of like
it's hot
looking out for the
It's hot in the summertime.
And it's hot out here in these streets.
But I had to pick him up. So hot on these streets. So
you cut your own grass?
I used to. Electric mower of all
God
things.
Bless you,
well,
man. The Lord didn't
I know,
really
but I had to bring
to
Chris on. So I say that to say the home warranty. So I'm facing that battle, right? And you talk about having some insurances that just kind of help you, American Home Shield, great. AHS, just to throw that plug out there. I mean, they're great. They're not paying me. Anyways, it's great though because it helps you cover. Something breaks down, the AC unit could be
No panic.
$5,000.
No panic.
I got $75 for the guy to come out. You're going to pay that before he ever gets there, and then they cover it. There's not a panic. There's not a, because you've been periodic. You've planned. You prayed about it. Then you took action, and you said, okay, you know what? Let's pay $50 a month, so I don't have to pay $4,000 for the new engine, right?
It's worth it.
It is worth it.
It's
Some
worth it.
things are worth it. So, as you think about your family, and I've had some people talk about whole life insurance just to back you up on that. I was like 25, 26 in banking. Of all things, I buy a cash value with Northwestern Mutual Life. Credible company, NML, great company. 25 years later, it had a cash value of over $10,000. Wow. It helped when we needed it. You know, I didn't really want to get into that, but we did for the purchase of a house, and it helps. It helps. So it's like thinking and planning long term for your children too.
Absolutely.
A cash value, whole life insurance versus term, because for my children, if they're like John being 13 now, get a whole life insurance policy. 10 years from now, 20 years from now, he's 33. He's got a decent cash value on that. See, if he needed it.
Absolutely.
And it grows good dividends. I would say that for investments. We can pause. You might have something there. You want to invest in dividends, stocks, or an asset that's paying you every month. So
Every
say
month.
people, easy company people can understand. ExxonMobil, right? You all know Exxon. You go get your gas somewhere. You understand they're very profitable, cash-heavy business. They pay you to own their stock. That way your money is $100, $105, $110, $115. Your money's working hard for you.
How'd you get into it?
So I was going in college. I just started loving just finance and
You started
investments.
in college?
Started in college.
Okay.
Well, not investing.
Okay.
No, I wasn't smart. I was, we won't go there. I was a college student.
Yeah, but you were a jock.
But,
You played tennis.
well, past that and past tennis, the Lord slapped me upside the head and said, do something with your life and tighten up.
Get your life together.
Tighten up. Get your life together. So I'm in banking. I think I got to tighten up. So I got a whole life insurance policy though at 25. And I started realizing, and then the Roth IRA. We're going to talk about
I
the
got a
Roth
Roth too. I
IRA
got a Roth
because the Roth grows tax-free, tax-deferred. 59 and a half, which is soon, by the way. I don't want to talk about it, but I can take that money out, tax-free, tax-deferred. Now, yes, if I take out 20 grand, I'm paying taxes on that income for the year, but all of that, well, there's nothing there, but it could grow to something if at the age of 25, you're talking to our young men in our church, hey, start now, young couples, start now. Put your money in $100 a month. Oh, what's $100? No. $100 a month in Exxon stock or a dividend-paying stock 20 years from now could be incredible.
Yeah,
you know, and
absolutely.
I think where people miss it, we live in a world of short-term, instant gratification. Nobody wants to wait for the payout. But if you'll invest periodically, week by week by week, you will watch 10 years from now and 20 years from now, the growth, either in that company that you invested in, Coca-Cola. Warren Buffett says, invest in brands you understand and you use. Keep it simple.
Keep it simple.
If a sixth grader can understand it, invest in it. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Nike, the Dow top 30 stocks, ExxonMobil, AT&T. They pay good dividends.
Hey,
some of those do.
Some of this is glad. I'm grateful that we're talking about this, because oftentimes it seems like our backgrounds and somewhat was similar, that things weren't taught. They just had to be caught, right?
Yes.
You said your dad didn't necessarily teach you various things about finances until time had passed. But it's very important that is out there. Anything biblical or just jumps, any story, anything that just jumps to your head as it relates to investing or financial stewardship in any kind of way?
There is, and it's Proverbs, comes from Proverbs in the 24th chapter. And this was huge when we went through the class because, and there's two of them. Let me give you two of them. One is Proverbs from 24, but it says, prepare your work and then build your house. Well, what is that context? What do they mean? Hear it again. Prepare your work and then build your house. Look, you've got to have your work prepared. Say you're counseling a young couple. Keisha works here, Jermaine works here. They're married now. Do you see what I mean? Like, but they're preparing their work, right, to build their house. You see, so we get the work in order. That's what I talked to my brother Chris about. Prepare your work and then build the house, right? That's solid. And the next from 1 Timothy 5:8. Man, you're worse than an unbeliever if you don't provide for your immediate family, right? The Word of God tells us that. And the Word of God tells us it's not about the fact that you want to make money and earn money. I'm sure you know many business people that have multiple daycares or businesses or whatever, right? There's nothing wrong with making money. It's the love of money, they said, was the root of all evil. That's your only focus, just more. Oh, Jesus talked about that, right? In that parable, I'm going to build more barns. He says, man, your very life's going to be expected of you. And it's so it's like that love of money is the root of all evil, but being a good steward of money and being generous too. Once you really have been blessed and God says, man, I've blessed you, then be a generous giver. Help somebody else with their rent that month, you know?
Yeah, and you know what? It's kind of cool you say that because you don't talk about nothing. But we know behind the scenes, single moms, behind the scenes, you do work hands-on with one of our programs with our after-school program. We had an amazing time.
Yes, we did.
Out in Tropical Manor where the after-school program is.
Yes.
Loving on families, even helping single moms and others in support groups. Like it's a big deal, and it really hits close to home. I know the Lord used you to build some orphanages, homes, and gymnasium.
Right.
You want to spend a couple minutes talking about that stuff?
I do. I mean, it's. I think when we take our lives and we take what God's given us and we serve one another and we help and we're able to build, we're able to extend our lives in whatever way we can give, I think then we're blessed. We're so blessed, right, to be a blessing. I think with our stewardship to the resources that God's given us, to our time, we take that and it just multiplies, right? It just multiplies, and you either build a children's home. We were at the Navajo for about 11 years full time, and you plant seeds, and the same thing at Tropical Manor, right?
See, you run past that, man. Talk to me.
Okay.
You can't just say that fast like that. You worked 11 years with the Navajo on the plantation in Arizona,
literally,
and they didn't have a home when you got there.
Yeah, they had a home, but it wasn't ideal. It wasn't conducive for like a children's home. So the Lord provided an incredible story, a $100,000 grant. We built a 4,000 square foot children's home and then a 16,000 square foot gym, which became really their church plant. It was like, because the Navajo love basketball.
Gotcha.
And that became our place to share the gospel, man.
It's powerful. And because I know this stuff, me and you talking, they're just watching. Because I know this stuff, it's like I know that you would bring in church groups from all over the country, weekly, monthly, and you would charge them, you would make them pay to come volunteer to help build the gyms and the homes.
We would, yes.
Yeah.
I know, it still rocks your world. You cracks me up.
I'm like, huh?
What?
Like I got people that like me and I hook them up and they come help, but charge you to help me?
Yes.
So I mean, man, that's absolutely amazing. And I'm just excited about your past and the future, in the present, what God is going to do through us, man. What's your favorite band?
Music? Music.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in trouble now.
Come on with it.
Oh, I'm going to date myself.
Come on, nobody's going to judge you here. This is a safe place.
It's a safe place?
This is a safe place. Your favorite
my Lord, have
artist,
mercy.
your favorite band.
Favorite band.
Come with it's right there at the tip of your tongue, how they say in the hood. Come on, man.
Oh,
what is
man,
it?
come on. I don't know. I talking to Elias the other day, man. I listen to my old grunge, Pearl Jam.
Okay. How it go?
80s. Def Leppard.
Okay. Did you have a ponytail? Never?
I didn't. I didn't. I had a small flip on the mullet right here. Not a full mullet. No.
A baby mullet?
Just a baby. Just a little curl there, a little to flip out. And coming out of college.
Okay. But you played tennis.
I played tennis.
Favorite sport? Is tennis your favorite sport?
It is. Then football.
Okay. And football. Who's your favorite team?
I didn't play football. I was little, but
who's your favorite team?
Oh, I was born in Texas, so
okay.
I keep my eye on the Cowboys. They're not my
Trash!
favorite. They're not my favorite.
Trash!
Let me put an asterisk by
Trash.
that. I was Houston Oiler.
Okay.
Earl Campbell.
Old school Oiler.
With the 34-inch legs. Oh,
Okay,
man.
okay.
Old school Houston Oiler. I had the helmet,
Okay.
the pads, and the uniform with my name on the
real?
back. My dad hooked me up.
Okay.
Love the Oilers.
It was like blue and white, right?
Blue and white with the
blue
red,
thing.
the
Yeah.
oil derrick on. You saw my hat. I got the
Okay.
hat. Remember the old school hat?
Okay.
So I
okay.
was actually an Oiler fan more than Cowboys, but I was born in Dallas, so.
Okay. What do you like to do that's not church stuff? Like what do you like
Not
to
church
do?
stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
what
those
do you
Christians
like?
drive me crazy.
Yeah, they always
man.
want. I pray. Okay.
Yeah,
What else
okay.
you do? Okay.
Tennis is one. Just time with the boys, the beach, hang out with them, Elias. And for Heather, we want to get back into tennis.
Gotcha.
We actually want to give back and
Yeah.
work with some kids in the community. And
I know, but you
excited
went
about
right
that.
back to ministry. I want to know what
No,
you like to do.
just what we like to do.
So
Man.
when's the last time you played tennis?
Oh man, it's been a while now. It's
Okay.
been a while. I played with John. We were on our break there in Louisville, Kentucky. We hit a little bit.
Shout out to John's
Yes.
YouTube channel. We're gonna put up the information.
Logs,
Hojo
yes.
logs in.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Tell us about Hojo.
Okay.
Can you take a minute and a half?
I've got the
and
shirt
tell us
on.
about-
I don't know if they're going to see it real good, but
Hojo right
I
there,
had
you
a
see that?
guy. I had a guy at Emma Jewel. I had this shirt on, didn't even plan it, and he looked at it and he looked at me. and said, "That's the future right there." And I thought, "Wow, that was awesome." And that's our heart for Heather and I. Hojo is a Navajo word, which means respect and care for everyone, and that's what we want to show, right? It's not a faith-based brand, but we're showing that love of Christ. It's respect and care for everyone.
Everyone.
And so then we love much. So our goal is to license NFL gear, NCAA gear, and to begin to give back. And what's been our hearts from the Tropical Manor Apartments to my mom was a single mom in 1972, made $1.50 an hour. It's real. The struggle was real then. Pound, no overnight success, pound, no silver spoon. Yeah. So we want to give back to single moms, which equates to what? The fatherless. Equates to the fatherless, right? You did the God's Project. Great. One of the volunteers there said, "Man, we got 70% of the inmates are fatherless."
That's right.
It's a huge issue, a huge deal. We see it at Tropical Manor. These young boys, they don't have a male figure that's consistent in their life, and thus they do this. And they scatter or they get into everything else because they don't have that father figure in their life. That's on my heart. I went through some of that for my story. The fatherless is a big deal, and it equates to single moms.
Yeah.
They're vulnerable. We need to help them, especially single moms who lost their husband to death. And we know some of those families. So that's what
we know
Hojo
plenty of
wants
them.
to do and wants to give back for. And affordable housing is huge. We talked to the foster care system. Warwick Dunn is a great example. He's done it for about 25 years up in Atlanta. Affordable housing for single moms. Match their down payment with Habitat for Humanity. What a great idea. Help a single mom get into a home. So that's what Hojo Apparel, HojoClothing.com, that's what we want to do.
Man, thank you for being on today.
And 100X, God's Kingdom. We want a big 100X.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I like that because y'all be tithing and stuff too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Hey, man, we're going to renew your contract, man. We're
Okay,
going to bring
keep me
you
on.
back.
Keep me on.
Yeah,
Will you
man,
keep
you
me
know
on?
how they had them good preachers in revival. We're going to bring you back next year.
We're going to be back next year.
We're going to renew your contract,
Okay.
man. Hey, this has been the Takeaway broadcast. Listen, we're getting ready to give you the takeaway. I'm going to pass the baton to my main man, Randy, today. And thank you for watching. We ask you, as we ask you every time, whether you're watching, whether you're listening, why don't you share this info with somebody? Why don't you go ahead and share this info with somebody on whatever social media outlets there are? Why don't you do that? Because I'm telling you, we want to get this message out. We want to get this message out, and we want to love on you. I love you.
We are ready for the takeaway from the double dollar sign. Coins matter, money matter. It's all about money today. Man, for your families back at home, man, the first thing we want to talk about, just as an overview, is the 10-10-80 plan. Just invest as you can. 10% we tithe, we give to the Lord, right? The 4 G's, we give for God's glory, to grow His kingdom. We give just for that reason, to grow God's kingdom for His glory. So that 10% we tithe, we save and pay ourselves 10%, and the 80% pays our bills. It's the way to go, at least for your family. Start an overall budget for your family. Determine what's best. You know what? Get a cash envelope. We talked about our cash envelope. Set that money in there for your groceries or your gasoline, those things that vary each month. Eating out. Try to have discipline, because here it is right here. One of the biggest takeaways is our mindset. Man, give to God, do it cheerfully. I know He's going to bless you for that. The mindset that we have creates a discipline about us because we're periodic, we plan our giving. That consistency then ultimately leads to freedom, because when you take your family, say, you know what, we're going to have a focus. I know it's a bad word, but it's a budget. It ultimately helps us have a mindset that says we can save, we can earn, and we can even invest to grow the very resources God's given us. That truly, and that consistency, leads to freedom. And the last, again, on the 4 G's, man, give to grow God's kingdom for His glory. He blesses us for that. It's the one place in Scripture He says to test us is in the tithe, and that's giving back to build His kingdom. Thank you. I'm available if you've got questions. You can email me or text me, and I'll surely try to help you. Thanks.